pencil video for you guys today. This has been kind of months in the process of working through different brow pencils, one of which I am really sad. It got tossed out this weekend when I did my empties. It's my own fault, but it's all right. It's not necessary to see the actual pencil, I don't think. So it would be helpful, but it's not necessary, and I hate to repurchase it again. So let's just get going. I've been conducting research up in here on the skinny brow pencil, you know, trend. It's not a trend, it's just a new product, right? So the first one that I ever tried was the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I fell in love with it immediately. I believe this made my 2015 like ultimate favorites list, and it was the first one that I had tried that was in this sort of skinnier sort of pencil. I've always used either one that you could sharpen, which obviously isn't this skinny, or you know, maybe a retractable one, but like the It Cosmetics where it has a little bit more oomph to it. So this was my first kind of delve into that. And I will say this, I feel like there's a little bit of a learning curve when it's this tiny. You definitely can get something that's a little bit more true to brow looks, brow hairs, brow whatever, but there's a little bit of a learning curve. So if you've purchased one of these and you have tried it and you're like, I just can't get it to look right, something's not right, just give it some time. You really have to kind of play with it and develop your own sort of technique with it. All right, so having said that, let's talk about the three that I have. The first one, and these are not in any particular order, and then I'll talk at the end about the order. This is just the one that I have right here. And that is the the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. So I have the shade in medium brown. I think I started out maybe with dark brown, and that was too dark. I'm going to give you a swatch of this, but I think part of the journey is finding out what shade works for you on any of these that I'm going to talk about. So just in case you want to see what medium brown looks like, that is what it looks like. And I love this. I feel like this works very easily. The learning curve as far as formula was the shortest amount with this one. Lasts all day long. All of these that I'm going to talk about have a little spoolie at the other end. The one thing that I don't necessarily love about this one, and it's just a little tiny thing, is that the ends are exactly the same on this. So, you know, sometimes I just want to pull off the end. I don't want to use the spoolie. I just want to add a little bit more, whatever, and I pull off the wrong end. So that's a little bit frustrating, but that's just minor. It has no effect, obviously, on the product. So this has 0.003 ounces of product, and that is the same among all three of them. They all have 0.003 grams of product. So it's not a ton of product, that is for sure. And you can go through them fairly quickly. So the Anastasia is $21, and you can purchase that at Ulta. You can purchase that at Sephora. I think you can purchase that at Ulta. For sure you can get it at Sephora. I'm sure Anastasia has their own site. Lots of different places. It has been talked to death, but works really, really well. Stays put. I like it. However, you really don't need to spend the money on that. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the one that I don't have, and that's the NYX Micro Brow. I just finished that up. I used it, put in my empties, and I'm so sorry that I tossed it. Again, there's nothing really that you need to see. I was using the shade in brunette in that one, and the only thing that I want to say is that shade is a little bit warmer than like a brunette and some other, you know, some other brands. Again, I feel like it's important for you to kind of find the right shade, and you're only going to be able to do that by sort of comparing swatches online and that sort of thing. So it has the same exact design, same amount of product, same spoolie on the end, and of the three, that ended up being, I guess I'll just say it as I go along here. The Anastasia was my second favorite. Of the three, the NYX ended up being my least favorite. The reason for that is the formula on it, I believe is, from what I experienced, was a little bit softer. And because it was softer, you could screw up a lot easier. You could put too much down in one place, or you could get it kind of out of the area that you're trying to put it down. So there was learning curve, certainly to that, like a lot of learning curve to that. And I feel like I went through it a little bit more quickly than I do the Anastasia, or that I'm currently going through, you know, the L'Oreal, because it was so soft. So is it a good product? Absolutely. I do really like it. But I just feel like of the three, it was my least favorite. But I'm not saying it's a bad product, okay? And that one sells for $8.99. And again, you may really like the idea of the softer product. It may work really well for you. It's just, a lot of this comes down to preference, which is why I'm trying to give you as much detail as I possibly can about each product. You may say, you know what, I really like a softer brow product. I think that's the one for me. So that is the NYX Micro Brow. And then the one that I've been currently using and has ended up being my favorite. And I'm really shocked by this because going in, I was like, the Anastasia is going to be my favorite. I love it. It was my first love. It's going to be my favorite. And this, I don't know, I think it's a combination of color and formula, you know, among other things, but I don't know, it looks really, really darn close. Maybe it's a little bit warmer than the Anastasia. So this is the Anastasia and that is the L'Oreal. And the shade that I have this in, I just hit my elbow on the table, is in brunette. And again, same spoolie on the end. I love, and the NYX one was like this as well. I love that I can see which end is which. Although generally at this point when I'm going to do my brows, I just take off both caps, put it down, and you know, I do a lot of back and forth and putting down some lines and then, you know, using the spoolie and that sort of thing. But the L'Oreal has kind of just the perfect formula. I think if the NYX is too soft and the Anastasia is a little bit hard, the L'Oreal pencil is just kind of right in the middle and perfection. It's the Goldilocks of, of brow pencils. So it lasts, all of them have the same longevity, which you guys know longevity in all of my makeup is important to me. And the L'Oreal, it's not one where you can kind of, you know, bump it later and it would come off. The NYX is a little bit more smudgy, and I think that's because the formula is a little bit softer. It doesn't kind of like set, if that makes sense. I don't mean like set like an eyeliner sets. I mean, it just, like, there's a little bit of a dry down to any sort of cream pencil product, right? And I feel like both the Anastasia and the L'Oreal dry down a little bit more than the NYX does, and thus have a little bit longer longevity. But, so, of the three, the L'Oreal is absolutely my favorite. That is the one I will repurchase going forward. I do have still a few brow pencils, believe it or not, in my collection that I need to use up, but at this point, hands down, the L'Oreal has become my favorite. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. I've had a lot of requests lately to do a brow tutorial. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I just fill them in, but I don't know, but I could certainly do that if that is something that you would like me to do, or maybe I'll put it into a Get Ready With Me. It may, I don't know, maybe it would be better to just a really quick short video on it. You guys let me know. All right. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed that and it was helpful and provided the information that you guys needed to make a decision on these brow pencils. On the rest of my face is the same base as I have been wearing. For blush today, I'm wearing the Cargo Tonga, which I may never hit pan. And on my eyes today, and I also have from the Jaclyn Hill, I'm playing with those palettes today. I have Champagne Pop on my cheeks. I don't know, you guys. On my eyes, I have the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I just have this all over the lid, this in the crease, and that to deepen things up. So the two ends and the middle. Nothing super exciting there. And on my lips today, I have the Too Faced Perfect Lip Pencil, and then Tarte Cabana Boy over the top of that. And I think that is that. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye.